GM friends. We'll wait for CoderDan to come back up. If someone can initiate the Gotchi bot to record. GM Nadil, Choina, DGen Recovery, Roxiano, Schnitzeldef, Gotchi bots in the building. We got FaZe. We got Tendavas. I'm hoping I said that correct. I like the water bottle. It looks good. The 3D water bottle. I haven't seen the 3D water bottle actually. It's probably not as big, but still quite large. Hey, CoderDan, are you there? Can anyone hear CoderDan when he spoke? Can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, CoderDan is muted. All right, cool. Ooh, I like that can of Budweiser. Is that Budweiser? No, that's not Budweiser. Is it Budweiser? It does look like Budweiser. The Czech lager. I didn't know they did it. No, we can't hear you, CoderDan. Unless I can't hear him. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Okay, I hope everybody's
I'm trying to.
There we go.
Still had to like do the whole relog, like rejoin trick. Ridiculous. Yeah, I'm joining from mobile. Not used to it at all. So at least you can hear me now. That's good.
Yeah.
How you doing, Nofu?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. It's a nice Saturday morning for me. How are you other than the audio issues?
My right before the hangout, I was doing some work and then I reloaded my computer because it had like somehow I got the Safari icon was stuck on my like laptop's like the desktop. It's a bug in Apple. So I was gonna do a screen share during this hangout and show you guys something, but then I went to restart my computer and then it won't load. Like it's just like stuck at the loading screen, like I shared in the general chat. So I tried all the stuff that GPT recommended, and now I'm just trying to reinstall the whole OS and see if that works. So yeah, could be better. Could be better.
Yeah, it sucks. Was it the game that you were working on? Because I was playing. I showed the demonstration that you gave us last week on one of my weekly shows, and just like look at what a coder with proper tools can do versus the rest of us just kind of dicking around.
Yeah, it was. It is. I'm hopefully. I mean, maybe I'll be able to get it online during this hangout because I did have some stuff to show, and I was actually sprinting towards trying to get a working build that would work that you guys could play, but ended up just it had some issues. But yeah, I had a really productive week this week just on the DApp side, and then also just putting this little game together, kind of a proof of concept. But I was just trying to I got the database working, which is you guys. I don't know if you know, but I'm not a database guy. I'm not a back-end coder, and it kind of it's very like annoying and frustrating to have to deal with servers and databases. But I pushed through it with the help of GPT and actually got a ton done on that. And so I was just putting that stuff together this week. But looks like it failed. Well, that part worked fine, but I don't know. I wasn't able to get. There were some aspects of the Web3 login stuff that was not working, so I wasn't able to get it done for the Hangout. But I was planning to show you guys a demo anyway. If I can get my computer back up, we'll see. But yeah, it's I'm just constantly blown away by how smart the AI is and how retarded it can sometimes be. It's just like it's so hot and cold, but most of the time it's smart. Sometimes sometimes it's like this is like the times where being a coder does help. I can go in and debug it, but a lot of the time I just I get it. I tell it what to do and it does its task and come back and I'm like, oh yeah, it's all working. You edited 15 files. Looks good. Keep going. Sometimes I'll come back and be like, no, no, you fucked it. Go back, go back.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
pace of just the evolution of AI and what it can do has just been wonderful. Like there's a they're already like we're seeing more crypto native stuff. Like Covalent is running. They just had a sign up for what they're calling prompt to earn. So they created some kind of it's called speed run where you can use prompts and vibe code dApps that would go on their like in their marketplace for blockchain stuff, and they'll give you XP and rewards based on usage of your dApp. And the rewards would be in their token, which is like has all this governance stuff. So it's like I applied for it. I don't know if I got in, but if I were gonna vibe code anything, it'd probably be just a simple, very simple game where something hopefully very like very simple, kind of like what Twan does. I'm trying to get him to jump into it, but it's interesting because it's like we're at the point where now the LLMs are so good that people are monetizing and creating new
mm,
revenue streams from themselves by just tapping in and adding a layer on top. So I've been thinking like, what if I was going to create an AI product like an agent like that actually worked? What would it be useful for? I heard a guy created his own quant where he basically fed it all this MIT and Harvard like trading strategy like data and then
yeah.
like a whole thing. So now he basically vibe coded a DApp where it does all this analytics and it just shows them a red button to sell and a green button to buy. And if it's flashing, he presses it and that's it. And it does the trading for him. And it's kind of crazy. It's like, damn, I need to like up my game here.
Yeah, that's cool. I wonder if I guess I assume it's made some money.
Yeah, probably right.
There's going to be there's probably a good market in teaching people how to make their own quants. It's just like the guys that teach you how to trade. They don't need to make their own money. They just need to teach you how to trade. And I remember paid like zero point 0.1 Bitcoin back in like 2016 to a guy who was he was like teaching a class in Chiang Mai. Probably the same kind of wave for people that are going to teach people how to make AI traders. Teach the AI how to trade. Just pay me zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. I'll teach you how to make an AI that trades for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I got into Web3 because I was looking at creating a bot for simple trading, like give it some kind of logic. That's how I started learning to code. And then I realized I was like, wait, I can do all this work or I can just go trade it myself. And it's volatile enough that even an idiot like me can make money. So it's like, then I kind of stepped away from Python a bit. But it is interesting, like just this cycle of information that we go through. And, where we are in the cycle, I think people are going to be selling a lot more tools and trying to get everybody like, into the trenches a bit. And like what you were saying, kind of reminded me of
Right.
Tony Robbins, the inspirational speaker, because he's telling you how to
Yeah.
get rich, but he's getting rich by telling you how he got rich, which is from you paying him to tell you how
Yeah.
he got rich.
Oh man. I mean, that's the whole like that's basically what like Andrew Tate and his all those guys do, or like anyone selling a class in crypto or in like drop shipping or whatever. It's always like they make their money by teaching you how to do something that they like. If you can really make that much money doing it, why don't you just do it? Why do you have to teach people about how to do it?
Yeah, make a free course and let everybody learn how to win.
Or just hoard your wealth, do it, make money with it. If it actually can make money, most of the time it can't.
Yeah, it's funny because like
All right, guys.
good.
Just I finally got past the reloading screen, so we'll see. Here, moment of truth here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to take this baby back to the Apple store. Not looking forward to that. So I'm praying right now.
This was the new computer you just got, right?
It's about a year, maybe year old or so.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah,
But
like,
yeah, it's like an M4. It's like the fastest one. So definitely, I was very surprised to have it stall right there.
is it like a large computer in the sense that, like, I have a M1 MacBook and it's perfect, but it's nice and small, like 13, 14 inches. Is this like the
Yeah,
17
it's
inch
14
beast?
inches.
Oh,
No,
that's
I like the
great.
small ones. I'm a one monitor kind of guy, but with all the AI stuff, I'm tempted to like go double monitor. Have like a I don't really have a great workspace though for that, but I'm tempted because I could have like three repos with different stuff going on all the time. And that's like the main if I were to switch over to like a double monitor or yeah, triple monitor, I think it'd actually be worth it with all the AI stuff. Could like I could have like five GitHubs going at the same time. Whereas on one single laptop, it's kind of hard to switch between all the different GitHub repos all the time. But yeah, I'm usually like I'm a single monitor kind of guy.
Laptop, I keep it single monitor, but like I'm sitting in my studio. I have one, two, three, four, five, and then a reference monitor for me to see what I'm doing on camera. So five monitors, and I used to have more, but like it'll be like I have my Discord open in one. One is to monitor stream stuff. The other one I'm doing perp
Yeah.
trading on Aster, and then I have another one with Discord and X open. So if I'm trading anything, I can drop an active um, chart in, and then on another monitor watch Bloomberg or listen to it while I'm like kind of yapping away all day. It's a nice little like
Yeah,
work setup.
that's dope.
Yeah, it's very bright in here though, because like for me to work in here, I have to have the light for to be on camera, so it's just very bright.
Yeah, that might be my future Golden Cross. Normally, I'm working. I don't have an office anymore. It belongs to the baby. So now I'm downstairs at the kitchen table most of the time. So I don't really have a great office setup at the moment, but I'm making do.
Yeah, being organized the way you want on your terms is half the battle. So
Mm.
I hope it's a good kitchen counter. Kitchen
Oh
Dan.
yeah, yeah. It's solid, easy access to snacks and water. That's a plus.
Hey, that's true. Never run out of energy.
I am a one screen Dan. Yeah, have been for forever, pretty much. I've never really had a dual monitor setup. One screen kind of guy. But Golden Cross, I don't know if you saw my I was planning to do a share tonight, but right before the hangout, my Mac stopped loading. It got stuck at the loading screen, unfortunately. So kind
Oh,
of I'm reinstalling the OS right now.
holy cow. Okay.
It's totally random. I don't know what the hell happened, but hopefully it's getting closer to I think the install's almost done now.
A rare Mac L
Yeah.
on that
Yeah,
one.
it never happened. Honestly, it's crazy.
Well, while that installs, there's plenty of stuff to go over and share, but I hope we get to see what you were cooking up there that you wanted to share. Great. Um, One piece of news I saw, I think yesterday, or maybe it's 2 days ago, is Remix. The guys I was talking about, I met them at Basecamp, remix.gg. Has everybody been to this website yet? You can get the app on your phone. You can go make games on their website, and it's to like prompt. You can prompt, all sorts of little games, vibe coded games. So they just announced a partnership with Pudgy Penguins. So um, it's interesting because that was definitely not something they shared when we were, uh, at base camp. Not that I expect them to, but I was like, oh, okay, that because they were talking about doing something with Aavegotchi, like how they typically structure the partnerships. And so I think maybe we could get next in line if we're interested. And I think by interested, I mean it's I'd like to say Gotchi Gang it is very creative and is a very hands-on community. So um, just show of hands, like if we were to go on Remix, it would only make sense if there's enough creatives here in the culture that want to try out prompting and vibe coding games. And I was actually thinking a good test of that is we should all get involved with Remix now, and I'm gonna like remix some Pudgy Penguin game, and then if we win or rank in the top 20, we get cash prizes. They got $20,000 worth of prizes, and we kind of if 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 20 are actually Gotchi Gang, that would be best case scenario, because then they'd be like, oh shit, like Gotchi Gang shows up, let's do Aavegotchi next. So I kind of like that idea. If anyone else is interested in this vibe coding, especially on the Remix platform, um, make it known or reach out or let me know you're on Remix, and you can join me in making some Pudgy Penguin games this week.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see. They did an OpenSea, their largest before this Pudgy thing, their largest was OpenSea. And so you could like remix just about any NFT trading on OpenSea, like they plugged in their API or something. So you could use any asset trading on OpenSea to vibe code some games. Most of them are really simple, like you would expect. And I think that's okay. So it reminds me of the type of games we were putting out on the DAP, what, 3, 4 years ago, like the original arcade games. So those types of games I think are something we could all spin up and have some fun with it. Maybe we could make it clear that we're Gotchi Gang, and so it'd be like a Pudgy meets a Gotchi or something. I don't know. We could do all sorts of like crazy scenarios and just get familiar with their platform so that when it's our turn, we already know how to build games on it.
Actually, yeah, Jesse, I'm down for that. I had a question for you. We is there like a super active community of gotchis on Farcaster? Because Farcaster has an DApp called Fireside, which is like the Twitter Spaces of Farcaster. So for the breadcrumb spaces, I've been like moving the sound also to Farcaster because I can do it in browser. Is that something we should do with these hangouts? Should I be like broadcasting that to Farcaster? Because that would be really easy to do.
If it's really easy to do, then I didn't know about the Fireside. That sounds really good.
I'll set it up now and then
'Cause,
drop a link into the chat. Yeah, it's another like Clubhouse but on Farcaster.
nice. Yeah, I think so because October, like we're gonna make a big push. It's the spooky month, and we've just coming off base camp, all this. We've really got to try to have grow our presence on the base app, and it's the best time to do it. So having spaces on there would be probably a good idea. And I when you say Farcaster, I know base app is pulling Farcaster in the back end, so I think it would reach the base app. Oh, good. Here's Dan. Sounds like he's used it before. Hendrickson says Fireside is awesome. They're building in public and steadily shipping improvements. Perfect. So yeah, I think we're putting in the work. We should broadcast as far as we possibly can, and especially reach some base audiences. So we're probably going to do some Guardians tournaments or other activations that are, if not base specific, they'll be heavily promoted in the base app. So that's what I mean when we talk about October. Yeah, everybody heard your MacBook, Dan. Is that a good sign?
No, it's still not. It's stuck at the same place. I don't know what's going on. I'm initializing diagnostics right now. No, not good. It it was the MacBook sound, but not the full one. Dan, when you were telling me they have and I think Jesse, you're aware, the base is doing the weekly spaces for gaming. I think it's not in my. I think I'm fast asleep, but maybe we can have some Gotchi gang attending that spaces on behalf of Aavegotchi.
Yeah, we might be. Yeah, it might be the same one that Zach hosts from base, and Dan's in there. I've seen Dan in there before. Yeah, we should get in more of those for sure. It'll yeah. I was in one a couple weeks ago and we just didn't have much announced yet, but I think with everything we're cooking for October, we should just be present as many as possible. Plenty of things going on now. The Mac memes coming out here. Even Ditchy's got such a classic. Man, I remember when my school got this dates me, but I remember when my school got all those colorful Macs installed. That was a big day. People were jazzed.
But speaking of base app, we got finally last week, we got a big step forward towards its accessibility on Aavegotchi. Maybe we're gonna know next week if people are using the feature yet. I think they will, which is being able to swap atomically from USDC or ETH into Ghost without having to go on the Uniswap or Aerodrome when you're buying something in the bazaar. So I think that's gonna help a lot. The just lowering friction for anyone coming on in the base app and being like, oh, I got some USDC. I'm not gonna go and find how to buy your token, guys. But cool, yeah, I'm glad to spend some USDC in your app. So yeah, I was pretty excited to get that one shipped out, and then auctions and offers are going to be coming probably next week. So we'll have the entire app working on that, and obviously it's good for Ghost because it's swapping for Ghost in the back end. So we got the constant little buys happening.
It's great because when it comes to friction and like if we're gonna go back to the base app, they claim to have 1 million people plus waitlist, and they're gonna like roll them in waves over the Q4 and Q1 of the next 6 months. So if that's true, I think it's really good that we're as friction free as possible when it comes to the
Yeah.
tokens themselves. And like you don't want somebody going on the scroll and being like, "Oh, Aavegotchi looks great. Let me participate in whatever's going on," and they have to go get Ghost is the first thing we ask them to do. So we all know that. So that's why I think what you've shipped, the team shipped this week, Dan, is just long. It's kind of perfect for our mindset and where we're going now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I want
most
to
people
make.
don't you
I
think
want.
they're gonna be scrolling with USDC, right? Like that's
Yeah.
probably the one thing
ETH and
most.
USDC are the main
Yeah.
ones for sure on base. So that's we chose those first, but theoretically we could choose any other currencies that are supported on base that have like a pair with Ghost, which I mean it's right now it's USDC and ETH are the main ones that we have very good liquidity for. So, but in the future we could do like a Go pair and just making sure that there's enough liquidity to have a good swap. So that's why we kind of sticking with those for the moment. But yeah, could be open to other options in the future as well.
Yeah, and it ties in. I think I saw a question above about the Gotchiverse. Our lead dev for the Gotchiverse, Eris, you guys have known him over the years. He has been off for the month of September, most of it, long overdue holiday. And so there's a couple of the bigger projects that we kind of gotta and want to wait till he gets back to implement. But the one that's like pretty much done and just needs more testing is the ability to deploy Alchemica throughout the Gotchiverse and as pickups that can go to your wallet. And so what that really represents is any ERC20 that we want to support. There might be a little front end work there to make it make sense for other tokens, but that's something we can definitely do. And so yeah, I think that's the next thing to ship, and we'd love to have that in the month of October, so we can all have a good proper kind of Gotchiverse kickoff for base, and maybe it'll just be Alchemica, or maybe we'll if you guys feel strongly and would rather be picking up other types of tokens, we can test that as well. So get ready for some stress tests in October, and I think it's going to go pretty smooth. I know Eris had pretty high confidence that this will be something that we can ship relatively quickly, and and then get back to combat and all that other good stuff. I heard another Mac fire up. Fingers crossed.
Me too, man. So
Scrolling up, see,
far,
I gotta give the shout out. I did not realize that the raffle, the neon raffle. I mean, it all ties together, right? It's a reference to the neon cat. But then does the neon cat reference the animation from Oregon Trail? I'm like scrolling. I'm looking at the Oregon Trail cow, and I'm looking at the neon raffle, and I'm like, my mind is
I
blown.
think the Oregon Trail is referencing the neon cat.
Oh God, that makes more sense. I haven't played the game in a while. It doesn't literally do the neon cat thing. Oh God, that's kind of embarrassing, but I haven't had coffee yet. So I was like getting sucked in there.
I saw a question. What do we think about the Gotchi strategy?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring that up during the DAO call, but we can start that talk about that now. I think it's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I feel like it could be. It could also just be one of those fads that no one talks about a month from now.
What are we talking about? Which strategy?
It's like did you see the punk strategy? Basically, there's this what are they? Token Works. It's like a project, and they're deploying these different. Essentially, it's fractionalization over. This is like V5 of fractionalization of NFTs. We've seen so many iterations of this. But basically, what they do is they buy NFTs on like kind of I guess automated, and then they automatically list them for 20% higher, and I guess profit from it, and then the fees and stuff from that go back to the fractionalized NFT holders. So people are doing it. They start out with punks, and then now they're doing it with like uh who it was
Crypto
which
Dick
one?
Bucks
Goblin
has
Town
one.
did
Yeah.
it. A couple of like Doodles I think did one, and it's called like Doodle Strat, Goblin Strat, things like that.
So we need to supply some initial purchasing power, or they like choose what they
No
want to invest?
idea. No
Yeah.
idea. I DM'd them the first day I saw it. I was like, hey, we might be interested. They don't like they didn't respond. The founder has not responded. I don't know really, how to connect with them.
Yeah, V5 of that whole meta. Yeah, and No Fool, you sounded pretty excited about it. Are you following it as well, or you just it seems like a compelling new thing you're just discovering as well as me?
Yeah, I've heard people, some of the morning shows have talked about it because it kind of popped up like a week and a half ago or something, or maybe a little bit before that. But the original one, the punk strategy, ran, then fell down in price. People stopped talking about it, and it's been running again. I think it hit an all-time high of 50 million. So just the idea of the buyback and then the like basically there's always like a floor essentially, and then if the floor rises, like in an NFT bull run, one of these kind of mechanisms could do really well for generating revenue because it's going to be, there's constantly going to be purchases if there's like, for other collections. So if we got a whole wave of people coming in and buying Aavegotchis, this could be really good for that project, that strategy. The nitty gritty I need to do more research on. Like I know that there's like a level of buybacks and burning of the token that also happens via the profit from some of the purchases, but I have to take a deeper dive. But I think it sounds really cool. I saw Bing Bong. They might be coming on the Dower today if they're around to try to speak and kind of like lay out their idea because it's a forum topic right now. But I'm okay with experimenting in a bull run. This wouldn't be something that we're throwing like 500 ETH at. But if we as a DAO decided to launch this depending on the cost and then seed like fund it with like half a ETH, that could buy a few, that's hundreds of gotchis and create some kind of buy pressure. And then if is ever like, a swing up in Web3 gaming and people start buying like crazy, there could be some benefit here. But I need to do more research, honestly.
Cool. Well, it seems like, yeah, it could be a potential for the next NFT meta, and
It's also
eyeballs
good
are
for
going there.
marketing.
So
It's also good for marketing
yeah,
because people will draw
just to be
eyes to.
present.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well show up as long as the initial buy-in isn't like something ridiculous or there's some huge dev lift, which I don't think there is at all. Sounds pretty much like at least participate and then go from there. Yeah, I don't know the Token Works creator. I don't know, China, but seems like something we are gonna want to follow up on. And yeah, it seems like a good thing for the DAO to lead on. That makes sense. We need an intro with Adam from TokenWorks. I am here, bingo bongo. Okay.
Yeah, Troina, that might help. Because they started with punks, that'd probably be the best place to find them. I haven't seen any of the other group chats that I'm in. Like, I haven't seen the founder in those chats. Very quite mysterious. So maybe I don't know what they like, what their if they request a budget or any of that. That we'd have to answer those type of questions before like pursuing it. Yeah, Renotic is the name.
Then there's DevCon coming up in a few weeks, and I think in November, right? Out in Buenos Aires. So still curious. I don't know if anything happened. I guess this is more for the DAO hour, but something to think about for some of you guys that I think sounded a bit interested in attending. Nadiel and Zbot, I remember you guys popping up. We talked a bit last week. So just let us know if there's any movement or in Nofu, if you know anything new about Gotchi greeters and is DevCon a part of that strategy or not. That's still something that we could flesh out. And there's still a little bit of time if we want to send somebody.
Yeah, I'm pinging Mr. Seb because we did mention it, and I think we definitely have the budget for it. So it's just doing the admin work of doing it. And I believe Mr. Seb has already started that because he's the admin guy. So I just pinged him. I said, do we have an update? And then I guess we'll reach out. Our Gotchi Gang, Latin America Gotchi Gang right now, and the deal Zbot. Who else is part of that? Like, oh, did you just give me a list? No, that was a different list. If I can get a list of the Gotchi Gang that's in South America, then we can organize this a little better.
Yeah, yeah. I think Zbot, Nadiel off the top of my head, there may be others that could contribute and be part of that. So let us know. I think who else is going to be there, Dan? We were talking about somebody else going to DevCon from our
Timidon from is coming. Timidon's going.
So one of our Solidity devs will be there, and so that would be cool. So Zbot, you could link up with Timidon and any other Gotchi gang attending. There will be at least one person from Pixelcraft, and yeah, I think it'd be cool if we had a presence because it seems like Base is kind of doing like a world tour right now. They were just in Korea. They're going to Token 2049 in Singapore this week or this next week. And then from there, I don't know after that, but I guess basically DevCon and Argentina. Nice job, Joina. Making moves here this morning.
Nadio, does that mean the city of the future? Or what does Furia mean?
City of the Fury. Oh, I was right. I was like, that's going to be too easy.
I was like, what does that mean? It didn't make any sense to me. It felt nonsensical. What does a city of fury mean?
Passion, maybe? That kind of fury?
Yeah. The sound and the fury. Guys, I'm back in.
Woo!
Can we get that demo now or like in a few minutes?
Let me see, because I reinstalled the whole OS. So let's see. Let me see how we're looking here.
Yeah, some of their recent updates have been a pain in the butt because there's been like some 0-day exploits, and it's like now this thing's taking an hour and a half to freaking update right now, and I have to update 10 devices. It's not
Yeah.
ideal. Do you have an iPhone as well? Like, are you linking the two devices together?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah,
do.
it makes it so much better.
I'm just gonna switch over to my Discord on the laptop here. Be right back.
Moment of truth. While we're waiting, I think Goobs distributed a ton of prizes this week. Shout out to everybody that won prizes. And I think the grand prize was one of those new wearables, the base themed wearables. Um, so that's pretty awesome. And I still need one. So somebody please list it for a very fair. Well, I guess we should auction it. Somebody please auction it.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, Thrax, maybe the mute thing will fix itself now. We'll see. That'd be epic. All right, I'm going to try to load this up.
Everybody tuning
Yeah,
in
we
on
were,
this.
we were talking about DevConnect, or was it, yeah, DevCon. Definitely, I think it'll be a cool conference to attend. And we have significant LATAM presence, so maybe
Yeah.
Nadio, Zbot. I don't know if you guys have any interest in going.
Yeah, we kind of just went over that we could do that. There is greeters budget, and so we just need to find out who's ready, willing, and able. So probably Zbot and Audio, and we'll go from there. Greeters can figure it out. But I hope something happens because, like, for example, here I'm in the base app. One of the guys that is an excellent base builder and very friendly and knows Pixelcraft, knows Aavegotchi, would be Limon. Shout out! Let me know if you guys know this guy. I bet some of you already know and follow Limon.eth. But shout out to him. He's like building all kinds of mini apps, and he's kind of like mentoring anyone who's trying to build a mini app. And so he's been one of the most helpful people on the builder's side with Base if you're looking to connect. And he's from South America. So he's going to be at DevCon, and he was asking me like, hey, who from Gotchi Gang is going to be there? I was like, well, I don't know. We got a greeters system. Let me find out. So one of the reasons I ask is because guys like him are also curious and happy to link up and support. So if nothing else, go ahead and follow Limon. He's on X. He's on Base App, Farcaster, and he's been one of the earliest guys building Farcaster apps. So that's a good connect. And actually, some of the stuff we're trying to ship on our side in terms of mini apps, he's going to be reviewing it and helping. So he's contributing already to Aavegotchi.
Yeah, he made a nice article that you sent me. Kind of, a lot of it's kind of like the basics, but a lot of times it's easy to forget the basics. So, quite a nice little article written almost 5 months ago. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep, that's from Limon, and let's see. He was presenting he built the Farville game. If anybody is active on Farcaster, that's kind of the most successful mini app farming game so far. And so here's a picture of Limon. If you do go, this is what he looks like. There's a picture. Maybe I shouldn't dox him. I don't know if he's doxed or not. Look for a dude with a bucket hat full of lemons. We'll just do that. I won't share that. But anyway, he's still working on a sequel to the Farville game. And so I think from a farming perspective and even like different ways to extract Alchemica, there's some interesting things we could do there through the mini app. Ruby's like, dude, what's he doing? You never know who like is and isn't doxxed, so I'm just gonna err on caution here. The Twitter handle for Lamone, I think it would be very similar. Let's see. He's one that I'm actually like primarily communicating with on Base App, which is really cool. Gives me a, I need more and more connections like that are Base App exclusive. So I have to open the Base App. Right, where'd Dan go? Yeah, it's still Lamone.eth on X and Twitter. Viva.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. So just to preface this, this is like 1 month of vibe coding, and pretty intense vibe coding, I would say. There's a lot using a lot of my coding experience, but it is very raw still. It's only 1 month. There's still a lot left to do, but I've showed a couple previews of it in X, and I wanted to just give you guys a taste of what I'm cooking up here, because I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's pretty cool, and I kind of think it's what we all kind of want from, like, a lot of people in the community were like what we wanted from Aavegotchi in a sense. So trying to build something that I like and I think is gonna do well in the current meta out there. So just currently I'm calling it DeFi Dungeon because I think it's I think that it's like very self-explanatory kind of what it is. And also in the base mini app, this is built for mobile as well. So I think if I were a guy just like pretty familiar with crypto, scrolling through and I saw a game called DeFi Dungeon, I don't know if I could resist clicking on it. I'd have to play it. So I like the name. And so you just log in. And basically, here's the front page. A lot of stuff to look at here. Don't really know where to begin with this demo, but I'll just show you real quick what there is to do. So right here, I'm logged in as my VibeCoderDan.eth wallet. That means, let's see, I guess maybe the Aavegotchi. There it is. It's loading my gotchis, and you can see we have the adorable sprites that the Reckless team made. A lot of this demo was powered by the work that we did on Reckless, and actually got the sprite generator from them, and I was able to essentially like vibe code a generator to work within this game.
This is sick because we were waiting for a generator like this for a long time. It was kind of the one thing that never got completed. It was supposed to be the game plus the generator. So I'm thrilled to see this. This is like,
and this is actually open source already. I haven't dropped a link or anything yet for it because I'm kind of waiting on the final animations. So what we have right now is the idle and the walking. We don't have the attack animation for every wearable, but we already have arranged for the Reckless team to begin working on those. So these are they're cool. You can play with them right now, but you can't really play with them because they don't really have like animation. So for now, what we have is what I'm just calling them heroes, and these are sprites that we built specifically for Reckless to be able to play in the Reckless game, and they all have. You can see they have like attack animations here. So we got the Agent, we got the Barbarian, Bushido Gotchi, the Citadel Knight, Fairy, the Geisha, CoderDan, Golden Cross, Gotchi Dater, Clouds Gotchi, Mudgeon, Portal Mage, Wizard, Zbot, and the Farmer. There's a couple more, but those are all the sprites that we built for Reckless. So a lot of the work up to now, or a decent chunk of it, was just getting everything working, because this is a multiplayer game that you'll be able to do a co-op with 2 other people in the room. So getting the multiplayer working,
getting the sprites working, timing the animations. That took forever. But after that was a good chunk of everything. And then only recently this week, I got the database working. So we'll talk about that in a sec. But let me just jump in. I'm going to choose the Aavegotchi. And you can see here, I've added in, I've vibe coded a couple abilities. So these are linked to the wearables that he has equipped. So for example, the katana gives him lifesteal, critical strike, and cleave. Pretty OP because I'm kind of just testing it. The armor also gives some benefits that are not really mentioned here. I think maybe they're over here. This is like the breakdown. No, it's not mentioned here either. But there is some armor as well that is part of the build. And other builds like the Barbarian, for example, only have cleave. But he does a lot more, like the axe does a lot more damage than the katana. So you can see, and then the agent is a ranged, he has his pistol, so he's a ranged character.
What are they going to do?
Let me just check the chat here. Yeah. So let's play a match. Let me just show you. Obviously, this is still very work in progress. Zbot is cooking a lot on the assets themselves and the pixel layout. But before I do that, here's a little preview of the loot. So this is actually coming from a database. Obviously, it's not on chain yet, but this will showcase here's some of the loot that you can earn by playing this game. So we got some ghost token, USD token, and potentially other tokens as well. I got a little leaderboard over here. Should be loading in a sec. And this is again like coming from a database, which databases have never been my strength or my favorite thing to do. So being able to like vibe code database stuff has been amazing to actually be able to kind of one shot it.
Oh, I bet that's
and then over
nice.
here, as you play the game, you'll be able to level up with your profile and then allocate different points to like different areas to make your character better. So let's just play a little game here. Takes a sec to load.
I always see on the top it says kills to unlock 5. So we'll see what happens here.
Right. So I'm in the game now. I'm not a big fan of WASD, so I made it so you can just click, and that also makes it better for mobile because you don't have to have that little mobile, like whatever they call it, like the movement thing. So you can just click on the map, move around. You can hold shift. Oh, why is he laggy? Something's going on. I think it might have broke. Something's going on after this restart. Might have to do something around about the drop. Yeah. I think I broke something, guys. It is a demo. And I did just reinstall my whole laptop, so
you're like, we're gonna do it. Do it live.
Be like Zuckerberg. It's just the demo doesn't work. Anyway, maybe that's as far as we get. I don't know what happened. I broke something.
Try again.
But yeah, I'm trying. It's not working. Anyway, that's about. I guess that's all we'll get for tonight's preview. But the kind of the TLDR is, I mean, works great with. You'll be able to play with your gotchis and equip different builds. And there's also going to be a bunch of different difficulty levels and stuff. So yeah, win playtest. I was trying to have a playtest today. Did not get to that, but soon, very soon, I'm going to open this up to a playtest for you guys. Obviously, once it's more stable. And I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time playing it. And there's some other stuff I haven't talked about that I think will help us break out and like actually have something really exciting to talk about. Like it's pretty crowded out there in terms of narratives and attention. But I think we got a good contender for this, and it's fast to build. Like I've been able to build this in a month, so I'm really excited about the progress of that. not a super polished demo, unfortunately, but hope you guys get a little preview, and I'll share more either throughout the week or next week.
Well, it gave us enough to
Yeah.
see like everything kind of works, everything that needs to be there. You've got that back end, the player progression, and then the
Yep.
game itself. I think that's the part that when you were saying like this is probably what Gotchi Gang wants, and obviously we're all individuals with different preferences, but that is something that like early on in the early white paper, it's like had that retro vibe, and I think the move to 3D, there is certain people, or just a certain, even for myself, there's a part of me that's like, no, I need some retro gotchi in my life. And this feels good. Would you say it's like, it's also like pretty, it's very casual, maybe not hyper casual, but like anybody on the scroll and the base mini app could play this as well, right?
Yeah, this is meant to be for the base app because we don't really have a great contender yet for the base app. I mean, Gotchi Guardians is live, it's working, people playing it. It's going to take a little bit more time to get it onto mobile. So we need something like now on the base app. And so I had this idea like, all right, I'm just going to try to make kind of a very casual game, something you could jump in and play almost immediately on the base app, have a good time, and get to know Aavegotchi, and we'll see how it goes. I not promising any long-term plans of it. It is a vibe coding experiment, but sometimes experiments they get legs, just like Aavegotchi was an experiment. So big fan of just trying things, staying light, staying nimble.
Absolutely. I'm pretty stoked. Like I want to play. So
Yeah.
So there's that. That's a good sign. No Future, you're still on the line here. What is this your first time seeing it, and what's your kind of initial impression, reaction?
Yeah, man, I love it. I'm impressed. I love that, like, the dream for me within the Aavegotchi ecosystem is an arcade of games. And by having AI tools with developers who know what the hell they're doing, we can get there. And we're slowly, like what CoderDan just did,
We
basically.
can get there for sure.
What he just basically demonstrated.
Sansa is also doing something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We got, I think we'll have this Gotchi sprite generator is going to come out. That'll be open source. And then someone was saying we should do like a basic third web plus maybe like a multiplayer template. I could see that being vibe coded fairly easily, because like most of my time has just been the first 2 weeks were just like multiplayer setup and animation timing and things like that. So if we were able to like give that to someone, they could probably move even faster with it, not have to like worry about it, the kind of that complexity, and just kind of focus on gameplay.
Let me ask you though, like with the like for a person like me that's vibe coding but that is not super devy, is there like a repo that I can hit up to get all of the sprites and maybe some of the game mechanics or stuff like that? Because if like for me, I'm thinking I would just start making smaller games, or like what I did with 2048 or like a Flappy Bird, stuff like that, but with integrations. Because I can do it through Cursor, but it can be a pain in the butt. But ways to do like Wallet Connect, where it can just check for your gotchi and then bam, you're off to playing the game.
The Gotchi generator is going to have all the game sprites for like the normal Aavegotchi sprites. We probably should have like a repo to be able to fetch those easily. I think Zonda mentions like the old phaser template we did. I think that was for Polygon, so we need to update that to support like base. But there's a couple things like fetching gotchis, third web, login stuff. We could definitely have like a nice streamlined template, and that could be something I could work on, or someone like maybe one of our front end devs could put something like that together.
Yeah, that would be really helpful, because then I can just feed it to Cursor and then give it my idea from there, and we start building.
Yeah.
Yeah, similarly, and to take it back to getting some eyeballs on the stuff we're making, Remix, you can upload the assets that you want, so you can customize all sorts of stuff if it's not like already online or in GitHub, but you can do both. So we'll be able to definitely use the generator and any of the assets in a Gotchi themed promotion over there too. So I see a lot. Gotchi's kind of perfectly fit for all this the vibe coding meta, and what you just showed, Dan, is kind of how far you can really take that. That was a little bit more in depth.
It's a lot more to show. Just kind of my database tripped me up at some point. Fixing. I'm already got cursor is fixing it right now as we speak.
That's so funny. Good. Yeah, honestly, the portals, there's a lot of stuff you got going in there for that we didn't get to see yet. But I think even what you showed shows like the general vibe of the game, and the how accessible it will be is what I like.
Well, yeah, let's maybe get into the dower here then.